Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Give me just a second here. I am trying to make sure that at the end of the stream we will redirect to Rob. All right, let's see. Yep. All right, so, okay, that redirect is set up and save that. All right, okay, looks like we're good there. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Hello, Darlene, and Southern Colorado SLP, and Chris Schultz. And thank you for reminding me so I could remember to set up the forward before I get too distracted. There's a pretty good chance that Danny of Danny on Direct will be here in a little bit. Hey, Gwendolyn. And Kumihimo Steve, welcome to the stream. And David Nelson. Okay, so give me a few more seconds here and I will let you guys see the what the new braid is going to look like. All right, so make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay, there we go. Open that. Oops. Okay, and go to edit and set the colors right because it's still set for Danny's colors. All right. That looks reasonably good. And that needs to be a little more yellow. Eventually, I'm going to, that should work. Eventually, I'm going to go ahead and take like a picture and use like a hex colored identifier so I can get the right one. Okay, the green's still a little light compared to what it's actually going to be, but all right. So helps if I actually share the correct screen too. And there we go. All right. So I'm going to scroll this on up. I may try and rework that Godzilla a bit more before we actually get to it. So anyway, this is a setup stream, which means I'm going to just start setting stuff up. I'll try and chat with everybody. This is 100 Tama braid. I did, thank you, Kelly. Kind of a collaborative thing between me and Legal Vices. And I hope we're able to provide you with a nice chill stream, Marmar. And hey, Eva, nice to see you on. Okay, so I think, yeah, I do have a relatively good view of the the stand. All right. Yeah. I do apologize. I am a little bit on the tired side tonight. But let's see. This is what nearly $1,000 worth of silk looks like. Actually, I'll just sit down here, and if anybody can't hear me, please let me know, and I'll try and speak up. All right, so we need I'm definitely going to have to come up with a silk cone storage method. There we go. And so I did record some video from last night of me finishing off Danny's braid. However, given that I had a migraine and some sleep deprivation and some pain meds, I'm not sure how coherent it actually is. I haven't actually sat down to look at it. The finished product is acceptable, but how I got there, I'm not sure how proud of that I am at the moment. All I'm going to try and stop and look at the chat regularly. I'm going to try and get at least 2 hours in tonight. I'm not sure exactly how long I'll be able to get in, but I will do my best. I did measure out the distance I need to go for the how much stuff I'm going to do. So I'm going to run out about 14 feet, which gives me about 7 feet on each side, and lose about 40% of the 40% of your length due to the braiding. A little more, a little less, depends on particular braid, but that's a good rule of thumb. With Danny's, it actually worked out pretty good. So that's what I'm going with. So I figure I'm gonna do roughly 4 feet for Jeff's braid. Get my brain to function here. I have had some more caffeine recently, so hopefully that'll work. But I don't want to take any modafinil this late at night because I do need to get a good night's sleep tonight. And there we go. Getting there. Oops. That one had a tear in the plastic. Pull a little bit of thread, but I think it'll be okay. So yeah, I figure given the number of rows in this, it should be somewhere between 9 and 12 inches per iteration of the pattern. Depending on how I tweak the Godzilla or whatnot, it's a good ballpark. So I figure somewhere between 3.5 and 4 feet length. Since it is 100 tama as opposed to 84, I have a slightly larger D-ring. Since it's apparently not going to be used as a belt, I'm not going to do the double D-ring. And speaking of which, once I get the cones on here, I will grab the finished braid for Danny and show you folks. And pop this one open. Interestingly, the last shipment didn't have the numbered color tabs on it for the colors, but this one did, and previous ones have. So for the ones that did come in last time, I'm going to I'm going to add them on, so I will be able to easily identify colors, depending on how many I have to get, so that I know which ones I have and which ones I don't. But I hope this Japanese company I've been getting these from is very happy with me right now. I don't know if they think I'm some sort of sewing supply store or something like that, trying to build up my inventory of nice silk thread. But yeah, last set of combs I just put back in the shipping box. And I know I'm not keeping up with chat. I apologize for that. And despite his promise to send me a better art picture than what I'd done for the Godzilla drawing silhouette thing, He wasn't actually able to find one that looked better than what I'd done, so I feel semi-vindicated on that. But I do want to have it look a little bit better. I got probably at least a week until I get to that point in the braid, depending on how much I do, or how many streams I do between now and when I get to that point. I want to get this braid and the next one done by mid-January. I'm pretty sure I can do that. It's only at the middle of October. Danny's took about 4 weeks. Let's see. Okay, just double checking to make sure I don't have anybody in the waiting room. I didn't hear anything, but better safe than sorry. I'm sure it can be kind of annoying to be in the waiting room and nobody responds to you. I did catch a good chunk of, I'd say probably about 90% of Ian's stream last night. I was up way later than I should have been. For those that saw the super chat I did about sovereign citizens being cargo cult law, my thoughts on that were that the gist behind that is cargo cultists have no idea how things actually work, but they see some actions being done and results happening. So they try and do the same thing, but since they don't know how it actually works, what they do doesn't really have any effect with it. So they try and the sovereign citizens see lawyers accomplish things with the law and figure they would like to be able to do things like that. And they think they know what's going on, but they really don't. And it's an exercise in comedic disaster. All right. I'm going to sit down for just a minute, and I'll show you guys Danny's finished braid. And I thank you for your patience. And I'll catch up on chat real quick. I do have almost all the tama ready to go. All right, so this is going to be the D ring. It's about 1 3/8, and compared to Danny's, it's actually pretty close in size. So just a little bit extra. Ooh, we got 16 people already. We're picking up steam tonight. And this is how the buckle works on this. And there we go. So and there's the end of it. And I will probably get this mailed off to Danny by the weekend at the latest. Hey, Equality, welcome to the stream. So I'm just going to wrap this up real quick. Hopefully I remember how to do the setups on this. We will be starting with the dark green, and then we will be switching to the yellow and alternating that way. But we'll be finishing with the dark green because we'll have one more than that, then we have the other ones. All right, so let me catch up, see what I missed on the stream. All right, okay. Thank you, Southern Colorado, SLP. Yep, I went back and forth with him, and we're pretty much decided on that design. Though, if anybody runs across a better version of Godzilla that I can do with the resolution I've got, I will definitely try and add that in. I also have a redirect set on this stream so that when I'm done, it'll direct people to Rob's stream. Hey, Philip Martin, nice to see you. Hello, Kelly Waller. I'm not sure I've seen you on before. If this is your first time live, welcome to the stream. Thank you, Gwen. That's always good to know that you can hear me, especially when I got my face away from the microphone. Let's see. And thank you, everybody, for the nice words. And let's see, new comments. Oh, hey, there's Danny. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I am so sorry. I thought I sent you the link. I will send it to you right now. Let me bring up that. And all right, so let me. My apologies, Danny. I really thought I'd sent it to you. Give me a. Okay. Invite guests. Copy. And there you go, Danny. I am sorry about that. You should have the link now. Let me switch back here to StreamYard. Yep, Francisca, I finished tying it off last night. And I actually finished the braid on Sunday. Just waiting for Danny to join so I can make sure to add her in. There we go.
Hey!
Welcome, welcome.
There we go.
Yep. So let me show you your finished braid. Unroll this real quick here.
So stoked. Oh my gosh!
It's
That's
40 inches.
So pretty.
Yep.
I love
40
it.
inches long.
Oh my gosh, and it's so pretty. It's tasseled.
Yep. And this is the other side.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Look at that, you guys. Look at that. That is beautiful. Like, I'm envious of my own braid. Is that normal?
It makes me feel really nice about being able to do it. So
thank you so much. That is so gorgeous. I will send you just I don't even know if I'm paying for my PO box right now. I'm pretty sure I am somehow, but I will send you my direct address just in case, because I want to make sure I get that. That is so flippin' pretty. Oh okay. My gosh.
And the way the buckle works, just pass it on through here, open it up, and slide it back through. And
easy peasy. I love it. I wonder if I could get away with wearing that in court. I bet I could. If I wore it with like a suit coat, no one would know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I do expect to be able to mail this off to you maybe Thursday or Friday. And I will send it priority mail with tracking. And I'll send you the tracking number.
Thank you so much. I feel like that took you record amounts of time.
This was very fast for me, but it's also about half the length I've been doing them. So, but I am definitely getting faster with it. But
I'm half the size of Rob and everyone else.
Well, I did about, I think, 8 or 9 feet for Nick Riqueda's and about the same for Ian's. And when Rob was talking about a belt, I figured I'd keep it like in the 5-foot range, just to be on the safe side since he's fairly tall. So his actually, I started it at like mid-August and got it done mid-September or so. So it was not much shorter than, or not much longer than the time it took to do yours. So, and Jeff's, I'm going to do probably about 48 inches, about 4 iterations of his pattern. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and show you
my ride or dies.
Yep.
Oh, that is so nice. Ooh, a little cigar.
Yep.
That is, oh, is that Godzilla?
It's supposed to be. I may wind up reworking that somewhat before I get to that point. But yeah, my goal is to try and get it at least recognizably Godzilla, but I think I'm currently at the recognizably lizard stage.
I got it. You know, I wonder if you could use you remember, hold on. What is that kid show? Rugrats?
Okay.
There is a character in there. I think it's like Tar and Reptar, and it looks
Okay.
really similar to Godzilla, and I wonder if you could use it as a model. Hold on, let me drop it in the hold on, copy image. I will drop it in the private chat. You can take a look and tell me what you think. But I
Okay.
think this might be, I think your design is really, really close. And I think if you just used like Reptar as a
Hmm.
model,
Okay. Yeah,
uh,
I was checking some low res silhouettes of Godzilla, but I'll try Reptar too and see if that works.
yeah, because it's
Um,
more of a simplified version of Godzilla.
okay. Apparently, it's Raptar.
Oh,
Okay.
is it Raptar? I don't know.
At least
It says
according to
Reptar
Francisca.
from Rugrats on Wikipedia, so
Okay.
Wikipedia must be right.
Okay. At least equality says it looks like it's like Godzilla. All right. Let me open that real quick and um, hmm. I will have to give it a try, but yeah, I will look for that. See what I get there. Um,
Yeah. I don't know, man. That really does look like Godzilla to me.
okay.
I
Well,
mean,
Jeff said he was going to send me some theoretically some better artwork for it after his stream this morning, and then I got a message saying I couldn't find anything that looked better in
honest,
monochrome.
I feel like yours looks great. I really
Yeah.
do. Can you pull it up again?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you're the master artist here, not me, but I wonder if I could maybe be of assistance. So I wonder if you made the flames, like, because you know how he has that kind of flame looking thing?
Okay. Um, I know he's got like spikes along the back of his neck. It depends on the version as to how spiky they look. I was thinking maybe doing something where I had more of a kind of a teeth in the mouth type thing, maybe less tongue. But yeah, that was theoretically supposed to be his tongue. But I suppose I could do like his energy beam coming out of it. That would possibly be more distinct.
Yeah, maybe do like a really cartoonish type, like energy beam, like almost like fire. And then on the spikes, what I would do is I would just do 3 instead of 4 and maybe
Okay.
make that third on the top a lot smaller than a medium size for number 3 and then a large one on the bottom for number 4 and kind of elongate his neck just a little bit to allow space for those.
Yeah, I got plenty of room to play with, and I can add more if need be. I did
And then
have
if you
some.
wanted to get extra crazy, you know how you did the reflection on the glass up above?
Yeah.
What I would do is I would do a negative of that reflection type effect
Hmm.
right there along his spine. So it kind
Okay.
of creates a difference, or maybe make the flames kind of that negative version.
Okay. Yep.
That would be
Definitely.
my warm recommendation. I don't know if it's helpful at all.
Yeah. The major issue I have with the artwork on here is that I'm drawing it with a mouse and one pixel at a time, and it's not really easy to do that. I'm
Let's
considering
see.
getting like a tablet, see if I can work with it better that way.
That's got to be so hard to do. I would lose my mind.
Yeah. My
Can you like
roommate,
control shift it?
it's not got the greatest controls, but then again, it's really not designed for a lot of uh, artistic stuff. It's designed more for like somewhat simplistic patterns.
Right.
So I'm kind of pushing the edge for the amount of detail I'm trying to get on these. So
Let me see. 8-bit. I bet there's an 8-bit Godzilla. I'm sure you've already tried that.
yeah, I'm gonna start running the threads through here. but I definitely upgraded this. I did the CNC programming and routing out for these parts I've added. I've got magnets epoxied in on the underside here,
Wow.
so that I can like have a magnet on top to hold the threads.
Oh, that's smart. That's really
'Cause
smart.
I was using like a little clip
Mhm.
with a magnet on it, and it kept snagging on things. And I figure at least magnets would be relatively smooth. The fun part is getting these threads through when I can't really see them.
The colors are super pretty. I really love that green.
Yeah. Fortunately, the place I get it from has a nice picture of the um, uh, their colors, so people can pick directly from them. And these are the ones that Jeff picked.
I just love that everyone in your stream in the chat knows who Reptar is. That just makes me happy.
Actually, I've run across it, but I've never really watched more than maybe a couple of minutes of Rugrats. But that's
It
probably because I'm like 55.
probably something to do with that. You're more of like a Scooby-Doo type generation.
Yeah. Which is one of the reasons I'm somewhat annoyed by the intermediate Scooby-Doo. There we go. Scooby-Doo shows, because in the original ones, it was like there were no monsters. It was all just people. And if you would pay attention, you could figure out what they were doing.
Mm.
So, but when I was younger, I was hanging out with some people that were like into a whole bunch of, at the time, what was called New Age woo-woo stuff.
Uh-huh.
And that's part of where I got to the point where I realized that I really didn't respect them all that much, because they would like, make up stuff on the spot about just about anything.
That sounds like the great beginnings of any good cult.
Yeah. Some guy that was, I mean, I didn't really know him that well, but he was a friend of one of mine who was telling me, oh, yeah, you're the reincarnation of Merlin. It's like, okay, I'm the reincarnation of a fictional character.
Yes, you are. Because he's real, and I know that deep in your soul you feel it. You may not recognize it yet, but as you come to an awareness of who you truly are, it's only then that you will succeed in life. It's only then that your dreams will come true, or some kind of nonsense like that.
Yeah. Well, apparently, if I'm not careful, it'll magnetically launch the disc off the edge.
You know, it's funny because I grew up in kind of woo-woo land. Like my mom, she was a burn survivor and a life after death experiencer.
Mm-hmm.
And she spoke for IONS a lot, which is like the International Study of Near Death and Life After Death organization.
Mm-hmm.
And so she went and spoke at all of the new age type conventions, and boy was it fun. You want to talk about some fun woo-woo stuff? I grew up with that. I was into crystals before being into crystals was a thing.
Yeah.
Crystals, singing bowls, you name it.
Speaking of which, the lady who is my roommate, when we both lived in Boise, Idaho, she worked at the quote unquote, well, it was called the Blue Unicorn bookstore, and they sold like crystals and stuff like that. And she remembers some time where somebody, kind of weird was walking in, looking through all the stuff, and I was hanging around to make sure that, she was okay. And apparently, at some point, he picked up some of the crystal scarabs and held them up to his ear and said, "I hear them." And then held it up to her and said, "Do you hear them?" And her comment was essentially, "No, they don't talk to me."
That is the only correct response. That is the only correct response. Good on her.
So
that's
for about,
awesome.
For about 10
Don't
years
talk to me.
Yeah, for about 10 years after that, anytime I wanted to get her to laugh or something, I would like hold my hand up to my ear and say, "I can hear them. Can you hear them?" So
I love it. I absolutely love that because God, I wish I would have, you know, we're too nice. That's part of the problem. I think people just take advantage of our kindness and our social structures and our social scripts that we all follow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just take advantage of us trying to be polite all the time. And I wish, looking back at my life, I wish that I was not as nice as I was. And I wish I was a little more rude. Like, there was that whole debate with, I think it was between Megan Fox and Bronca about
Mm-hmm.
yelling at some guy approaching you in the parking lot. Do you remember this?
I think I caught a little bit of it, but I tend to not really watch a lot of that particular type of interaction with Bronca.
Well, my understanding is Bronca basically said that she was being hyper dramatic and, that's the problem with women or something, something, something.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, he fails to realize how much women allow stupid men to do stupid, evil things because we're nice.
Yeah.
And we're sort of expected to be a little more approachable in some
Mm-hmm.
ways than men. And in a lot of ways we are. And as a matter of fact, there's a really great documentary or a book that was written by a new wave feminist who dressed up as a guy and lived as a man for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And she said one of the hardest things about being a man is how incredibly lonely it is.
Yeah.
And when she said that, it clicked with me. It really resonated with me because I realized, wait a second, yeah, women are very approachable. We're trained to be approachable, and society sort of assumes that we're non-threatening. And so the chances of us having social interactions with strangers are 10 times that of what men would have. But on the flip side of that, the cost of that is we're also sort of conditioned to just accept odd behavior as, oh, don't judge. It's some people are just odd. That person didn't mean to be a creep. They just don't know how to behave, right?
Yeah.
And it puts women in undue danger a lot. And so back then, I wish I would have, when I was younger, I wish I would have given myself the permission to be rude.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people end up in cults for that same reason too, whether it's men or women.
Yeah. My wife is one of those people that just has random people come up to her and start going on with that one time at band camp I did this and it's like she says, honest, I'm not doing anything.
Are we sure that one person talking about band camp wasn't me? Did I meet your wife?
Actually, it's mostly guys that were doing it, which is why it was brought to mind. But yeah, I mean, we've been like, we're there at like the airport. I'm just talking to her and whatnot. We're not looking at anybody else. And, this guy suddenly walks up, sits down next to us and starts talking to her. And I mean, she literally did nothing other than being there. But apparently she has an approachable face.
Aww.
And because of that, she's gotten used to where, she can talk to pretty much anybody who just comes up and talks to her. So
that's sweet. With me, I don't really have an approachable. Well, I do have an approachable face. I've kind of got that adorable type vibe going for me most days. Not all the time, definitely not all the time, but most of the time I'm kind of adorable. And so I'm very non-threatening, and I really like to meet people and I like to talk to people. But there's something about my demeanor or how I present myself where people will come up and tell me their deepest, darkest secrets and start crying. And I'm not the best person to do that to, because I don't know what to do when people cry to me. You would think for all of the tragedy I've like lived through with my life and all the people around me with serious tragedy, I would learn how to be comforting, but I don't. I tend to freeze up and I'm like, it's okay. And I just sort of pat them on the back. It's all going to be okay. Cause that is, if there's one thing I've learned in life, that particular belief is true. And that belief will get you through any hardship in life, which is, eventually things will be okay.
yeah,
you just got to be patient for it to happen. So
we almost have set ready to go here. one more to go. And I'll have the green set up.
Yay!
So, let's see what I was going to say. Like I said, I'm a little bit tired tonight. I was up till about 1 a.m. finishing off your braid. And, well, I wanted to make sure it was done before I started this one. And since you said you were willing to come on, I wanted to make sure it was ready for you.
Thank you so much.
And I had a kind of like a sudden migraine yesterday afternoon. And so between that and being tired and not getting a lot of sleep last night, I'm a little out of it today.
I completely understand.
But at least I can actually see dark green on gray, so I got that going for me.
Nice.
Speaking of which, apparently on the color perception, color blindness test, I'm not the super color seer, but I'm pretty close to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do I take this super color blindness test thing?
Well, it's kind of like the opposite of color blindness. It's where they have a bunch of close together shades that are like really, really close, and they see if you can identify the patterns. So it's similar to a color blindness test. I will try and find one and send it to you when I get a chance.
I'm taking it with Enchroma.
Okay.
Am I wearing Enchroma glasses? No. Wait. Does that mean no? I think that means no. Okay. Turn up your brightness to 100%. Be sure to turn off any blue light filter. Please note you will have 7 seconds to respond. Oh, I'm too ADHD for this test. Okay, here we go. 6, 4, 1, 9, 6, 3. Oh, I'm way too dyslexic for this test. 8, 9. Don't put 9 and 6 one after another. 3, 1, 4, 5, 7. Oh, where's 7? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ta-da! What does it say? No thanks. Continue to the result. I don't want $20 off. Oh, it just says I have normal vision.
Okay. But yeah, this what I looked at was more like it is static images, but it's like 2 different shades of magenta. And are you actually seeing, anything in there identifiable? And of course, they have some stuff where there's like actually nothing there for the people who say, "Oh yeah, I see something." Though you're supposed to identify like what the number is, but
you're gonna have to send it to me because I'm looking around and all of them are either time tests or sort of the same thing.
Yeah. I'm also pretty good with night vision. I've been able to, if I need to, I can drive without headlights at night on like a new moon night and still see the road. Though, I won't do that anywhere outside of like, way up in the mountains in Idaho.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
A lot of light pollution out here.
My eyesight is not the problem. My eyesight is not what's super. I do have super special olfactory senses though.
Okay.
So like smells, tastes. If I was not born LDS, I am raised LDS, I probably could have become a wine connoisseur.
Okay.
Because I have such a sensitive palate. And what's impressive about my super, super sensitive taste is that I can pick out and identify flavors, even if they're masked by really, really strong flavors.
Okay.
So like most people can't catch saffron, and I'm fortunate that I'm able to.
Yeah.
And I say fortunate, but not really, because I can also smell as well as I can taste.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I go to a foreign country, everything smells weird. Everything. And so it takes me a good 3 days to adjust to new smells. Hey, Equality gifted 5 memberships. Equality, you're so sweet.
Let me go ahead and read those off for people. I noticed that StreamYard is now actually showing those. Or they're collecting them, I think. I don't think they actually show the actual gift. Yeah, they don't show the actual gifts, but they show that they've been gifted. So let me bring up my YouTube studio side. Okay, so it looks like David Nelson was gifted a membership. Lita Lay was gifted a membership. Amanda Beach Life was given a membership. Snulfers was given a membership, and Puddingway.
Yay!
So thank you very much, Equality. That was very kind of you.
Equality. Thank you.
One of the best usernames on YouTube.
Oh, by far. That's the first thing I said when she had followed me, she, he, they. When they had first watched my stream, I was like, where did you come up with that name? It's brilliant.
It's been fun talking to her. She was very kind and thanked me for continuing an art from her country that she wasn't actually aware existed until she ran across my stream, if I'm remembering it right. So that made me feel really nice. So,
how old is your channel, by the way?
First video was, I think, like 2006, and the third video was like 2018 or something like that.
Oh my goodness, you deserve to be monetized a long time ago.
Actually, I was. I was monetized way back in the early ages of monetization, and then I didn't actually do anything with it. And eventually, they said, "Hey, you've dropped below the requirements," meaning that they raised the requirements, so I no longer qualified.
Oh, boo!
I had like about $33 I'd gotten from watch ads, and like in 2019, they escheated it to the state of Pennsylvania. So sometime I should actually probably reclaim that, but not sure I have that much motivation for $33.
Oh, I feel you on that one. I don't know if I love my channel, but I really need to grow it. I need to start dedicating time to it. The problem is that I've just been so, how do I put this? Just so busy with work.
Yeah. I can definitely understand that.
It's been really tough to dedicate the time that's required to my channel to improve the quality. Because that's the thing is I do want to improve the quality of my content. It'd be nice to have a better camera, get a little green screen back behind me and things like that. But at the end of the day, everything that everyone donates goes directly to maintaining the channel, whether that be for you, right? Yours is you got to pay for the threads. You got to pay for the setup. You got to pay for some of your time. Mine is I've got to pay for StreamYard.
Yeah.
StreamYard, Canva, so I can do my little thumbnails. PO Box, Adobe.
More thumbnails. I've got a thing for Midjourney, and I've been trying for it, but it doesn't seem to do really well for braiding or weaving related themes.
I need to play with Midjourney a little bit. My dog is barking. Do you mind if I let him in for a second?
Sure, no problem.
I'll put him up on stream. He's saying he does this really cute little half bark that's really adorable where he goes ruff, ruff, like, Mom, notice me.
Yep.
Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. He's kind of a little sad because we're going to be in Korea. There he is. Say hi, everybody. No, don't lick my face. You ate poop today. Your daddy told me. Yep. You like that? You like watching him braid? This is the most calm he's ever been on stream.
Okay.
Look at him. He's just watching. Yeah, that's you. That's you, handsome.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm still having to try and incorporate into my my self-image of myself is that my voice is calming and soothing.
Well, I think it is. It has that Bob Ross effect.
Yeah. But
it has Bob Ross effects for the baby. He also is losing teeth. He lost 2 yesterday, little baby teeth. And he has 1 more to go, and then all of his puppy teeth will be gone. And then your bites won't be so painful. Huh.
Larger and duller teeth and not quite so sharp.
Yeah. He's aggressive at everything. He's aggressive at play. He's aggressive at love. Like if I don't let him lick my face in the morning, he'll put both paws on both sides of my face and hold my mouth close to him so he can finish licking my face. Huh. Oh, are you giving everybody ASMR? Licking ASMR? All right. You ready to go down? You ready to go down? Yeah, you gotta go down. You can't stay with me. I love you. Okay. You can go on to your chair. I'm gonna put him on his chair. He has a little chair that he's come to enjoy, and sometimes I can put him there and he won't destroy the room. We'll see if that lasts.
Okay.
I still don't know how you do it without the cats getting in and destroying everything.
We only let one cat up here, and he seems to have no interest at all in strings. He pretty much likes to get up on the waterbed and relax, and we're pretty sure this is because before we got him, he had been dumped near a campground that we go to in Western Pennsylvania once a year. And the owners of the campground had their own cat, and that cat and the one we got would fight. And we figured we should take him home with us, otherwise he wasn't likely to be around much longer. But we think somewhere when he was dropped out, dumped at the campground, he hurt himself. And so we think he's got kind of like a chronic pain thing going on. So we just put him on, I took him to the vet. He got put on the cat version of glucosamine and chondroitin, and we'll give him gabapentin every day. And we've now got a once a month injection called Silencia. It's immunotherapy for arthritis. So we're hoping that'll help him feel better over time.
You're such a good person. Saving God's little kitty cats.
Yeah.
Someone's got to take care of the kitties and the birds and the little puppies who destroy everything.
No, it looks like this is working.
Yay, look at that.
Yeah. And I realized I forgot to set up the tape on the other end to keep it from keep the weight from falling off. So,
well, Torrin, I would love to stay, but I have my own stream to do on the Corey Richins update because there's been some movement in that case. And then I have so many motions to draft and I want to die. Next week, I'm not doing any streaming because it will be the week from hell. I don't know how I'm going to make it.
Okay. Well, thank you for stopping in. I was glad I was able to show you the finished product for your braid. I will get that to you as soon as I get your mailing address. And best wishes for a uneventful, easy week this next week.
Thank you
that's
so
probably
much.
not going to be the case, but we can always hope.
It's back-to-back hearings on cases that really should have been settled, but I have crazy opposing counsel. Sorry, for legal reasons, I don't have crazy opposing counsel in all those cases. But some of them hopefully will, I don't know. Hopefully I can argue well and get a positive outcome for my clients. I typically do better with male clients generally, just because I don't know. I'm better able to argue for them. I feel like female clients are just it depends on the client. I shouldn't classify it by male versus female, but there does seem to be a little more high anxiety with female clients where they want to have more influence and control in the case, and they want to they're really anxious for me to say what it is that they want the court to hear, right? And so if I don't word it just the right way or with the right timing, I can feel the anxiety kind of billowing behind me from where my client is. But that's my fault. I need to just not focus and not think about it and just kind of focus on my job,
Yep.
So anyway, thank you so much. I'm sorry that I was working every time you were streaming. I'm the worst, but I'm glad I was at least able to join you for 2 streams. And then, if ever you want, when Legal Vices comes on, I'm happy to come join him, but we're both pretty loud and I don't want to take over your show. So.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. I am more than capable of making my voice heard if I need to. My philosophy tends to be, be calm and polite when you can, and then when you need to not be one, if you have to be the asshole, be the asshole.
Amen. Amen. Well, my friend, till next time, God bless and good luck. Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you so much for honoring me with your work and your art. That is just so freaking beautiful. I can't wait to get it.
Yep, looking forward to getting it to you. You have a good one.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yep, bye. All right, and did I lose a thread here? I'm seeing a green one on the floor. I think that came loose. Crap. All right, folks, give me a second here while I try and resolve what I screwed up. All right, so I got two of them that looks like they didn't combine where they were supposed to. So let me walk those over. Standing on them doesn't work too well. All right. Okay. All right, I see the end on one, and let's get the end on the other. Just got to be careful. I'm holding on to one end while I'm walking it back on the other, so I don't like lose it if I pull too far and then it falls out of my hand. Okay, so those are the two that did not combine where they were supposed to. Let's walk it over here and tie it off with the rest of them. So I will go ahead, and as soon as I get this one set up and tied through, I will go ahead and catch it on the chat. And like I said, I'm not sure how long I'm going to run tonight, but I want to get at least several of the Tama set up. So I've got a good chunk of it going. All right, I think I can wrap these in. And talking to my wife and roommate, apparently the reason they were coming untied so much last time around was the due to the fact that silk is slippery. So that was probably it. All right, so I am where I need to mark the flag for the halfway point. And let's go ahead and there we go. Halfway point is marked. And yep, Tama can be staged there. All right, so let's get these all back up even. And yeah, since it's starting to get a little drier in the air here as we get into winter, I'm thinking maybe that I should go ahead and do something like get a spray bottle that's mostly water with a little bit of like conditioner or detangler in it, so that static electricity doesn't make these harder to handle. All right, so D-ring here, and sorry about the horrible noise there. And looks like this carabiner is just about broken. Okay, so that'll work there. And if I remember right, I would come on the underside, pass it up through, and then tie it off. Yeah, that carabiner fell off, so I'll have to see if I can fix that. All right, so let's see. Let's get it so you folks can see what I'm doing here. And I realize the green doesn't show up that well. Let's see, can I get the light a little bit better over here? This one doesn't really want to go that well. All right, so please excuse me as I mumble incoherently to myself. Reminisce. Sound like a Hanna-Barbera character trying to fake swear on primetime TV in the 60s. All right. Looks like it's reasonably in tension. Okay, that was not one. And not two. I think I'm going to try doing 4 knots instead of 3. I don't know if that'll help that much. 3 and 1 more. And there we go. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and roll this up. Okay. Alrighty, we'll do the lark's head knot here. And let's see if I can't get this thing to get started up properly. Let's see. So I'm going to want to see about there. And I do apologize for not keeping up with the chat. Give me a couple minutes more here, or maybe a minute or two. I hate it when I drop it like that. I'm trying to not get things tangled up and keep tension on it. And sometimes I just hold it in the wrong direction. I apologize for that. And okay. I want to keep the silky thread from getting too twisted. Give me a few more seconds here and I'll be able to catch up on chat. I appreciate your patience, everybody, and your forbearance. All right. Let's, whoops. All right, so there we go. Had some of the threads unwrapped one more time than some of the other threads. That's not too good. All right, there we go. Got a lark's head on that end. And let's try this again. Grab the carabiner or D-ring or whatever you want to call it. And okay, so we'll put this here. Yeah, the spring on that's definitely broken. So I will have to definitely get a replacement the next day or two. All right, so D-ring. It's hanging off here. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to at least, I'm just throwing stuff around here. I'm apologizing. There we go. My wife jokes about me throwing things around up here. Got a case of terminal dropsy or something like that. Okay. All right, that should keep that from falling apart. All right, and this side needs a little bit more rolling up. And let's undo the lark's head knot here. Okay. There we go. That's untwisted. Tied around my finger a little bit, but untwisted now. Okay. All right, so at least these should not hit the floor once I get lark's head wrapped around this side. and then just figure out how I had the setup for the. Okay, these are on the bottom layer. Okay, so. All right, so I believe. No, it went under the first one. Okay, so. There we go. All right, so these start at the back on the right and at the front on the left. Okay, that over the top on the right and under the bottom going to the left. Alrighty. Let's see if I can do this without breaking anything. Okay. All right, so okay, this is the orientation it's supposed to be in. And there's a little bit of a manufacturing part on there. All right, so I'm going to need like 2 or 3 before I can actually get that. So all right, let me catch up on the chat real quick. I apologize for taking so long. Let me catch up with that. All right. And all right, so yeah, there's a lot of versions out there. Some of the newer versions, he's much, much larger. So I will definitely look those up and see if that's something I can use. Okay, catching up real quick here. And hey, Nicole has ADHD. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you very much. Yep. I'm not perfect on the test, but I seem to be a lot better than most people are. Alita Lay, I guess you're already out, but I'm probably going to end the stream before Rob does, so I've got to direct it to his stream. And I'll have to look that up, equality. And catching up real quick here. All right, I see when Un came on stream. There we go. Yep, I can definitely understand that. And slipperiness is one of its features as well as a problem. Thank you, Kathleen Fraser. That's very kind of you to say so. Hey, welcome, you, Judy. You got this. Nice to see you. Yep, it is the one that Jeff picked. So, and I do these braids for other people as opposed to me. So I want to get it to where they like it. And yeah, I've been kind of catching it on and off. I'm not sure I'm going to listen to any of the defense stuff. It's just too infuriating. All right, I think I'm caught up with everybody. So, all right, so let's go ahead and try the yellow one. And I think I need a better pair of scissors than the one I've got here for trimming things. Let's see, where did I set that? I should get some little squares of painter's tape cut so that I can, there's the scissors. They're over up on the magnet. Get some of the painter's tape cut so I don't have to tear it off in little bits as I walk by. So, but at least I have started the setup here. I do have an morning appointment on Saturday, so I'm not sure if I'm going to stream Saturday or Sunday, and I am working an overtime shift this Friday, so we'll have to see how I stream. I don't have a lot of console work at the moment either, so, but I do want to do some shop streams, and I have promised to do shop streams for membership, so I will definitely try and do that. All right, so let's make sure I got all the threads here. They have little kinks in them where they have the knot on the cone so that it wouldn't randomly unravel. And let's see, I've got one or two that does not want to go. I'm assuming because it's wrapped around the base of the cone. All right, so let's see. All right, so it's over here. All right, so it's this one. And this one. So apparently when I'm starting out, if they wrap around on the underside of the cone, they don't want to unroll. All right, so, all right. They're doing good now. No resistance. At least not a lot of resistance. I don't know how well you guys can see the threads, but they're doing pretty good. All right, so one is cut again. Okay, that just popped free. I think that's on the far edge. Now it's going to leave me. I got to walk some back. I'll have to be careful on that. And just a little bit of a jiggle to free it up. There we go. Yeah. All right, so pulling a little bit unevenly here, but I should be able to get them back up together. Right. These show up a little bit easier against the floor, so I can tell that I haven't dropped any. Let's give a little bit of twist here at the end so they stay together. I wonder if I can make kind of like a water bath thing so that I can run them through water so that they stay together until I've got them tied up and whatever on the Taka-Dai. You know, let them dry out overnight before I actually braid. It's something to consider because I know water won't hurt it overall. Yeah, 2. I gotta go for 4 knots on this one, see if that works better. All right, that's 4. And this a little closer to where it's supposed to be. There we go. And walk this back here, make sure the tension is even. And let's put the tape flag on for the halfway point. There we go. And we'll keep walking it back. Just let it kind of drop back in. Nice even tension. And carefulness so it actually stays under. There we go. And just realized I forgot to bring the scissors. Oh, there's the good ones for cutting. So that's the one I should use for the painter's tape. This is the good one to cut off when I'm ready to reach the end here. All right, so I've got a nice even tension here. And just a nice snip there. There we go. And bring it over here. And let's see. Let me make sure I am okay. Do it on the underside. So that's That's the way I want it. And then this one comes under here. Let's make sure I got all the threads so the tensioning is still even. And ready to tie this one off. Let's see, that one's caught on the underside. There we go. And apparently I did not remove the silk on that one. So I'm going to set this one aside. I'll fix that later on. There are about 4 or 5 of them that I still need to trim the ends on, just to make sure that none of the old threads on it. I do have them all here ready to go, though. Okay, that looks like nice even tensioning. And since I've given myself a little bit of extra length on these relative to last time, I got extra to tie the knots on the end. There's one. Figure if I'm not keeping them quite so short, I can tie them faster. There's 2. One more confidently. And 3. These are a bit dry and static in the air. It makes them not want to stay quite all together as much, but should be good. All right. I don't know, maybe just a mist or bottle of water would probably work. May not even need conditioner or detangler. All right, let's go ahead and roll this one up. And don't let it get snagged. Okay, this one. All right, just gonna let it hang off of here for right now and walk the other end back. One of the things I definitely need to do is like leave myself a post-it note on my monitor to make sure that I've set up the redirect on the stream at the end of it, so I don't forget to do that before I close out the stream. Also, on the last stream, I forgot to turn on monetization, so I got to remember to do that somehow. Okay. All right. So let's see if I can figure out how to do this. And all right, so that is coming out from the underside there. And all right, so drop it here. Yep, and come out the underside. All right, so I'm remembering this a bit faster than last time. That's a good sign. All right, and let's see. Let's pull this one a bit more even, so the other one is okay. That one's going to need a bit more of an unroll on the back end here. And I will catch up on chats real quick once I've got this one set. All right, so it still wants to come undone, so it's probably going to be another 1 or 2 before I get to the point where they doesn't flip over each time. Let's see if I get a little more in the center. Oops, forgot it's that little snaggy spot there. Once I get them a little more stabilized. Okay, that looks like that'll work for right now. I'll just push them together on the next one. Might have to roll that end back up a bit more. All right, let me catch up real quick. Yeah, from what I know, it's definitely, I understand and agree with you there. I think that was Lady Draconius. If you will send me a message on Facebook, I think I have you on Facebook Messenger, I will pass that on to her. Hey, no worries, Ashley Hempel. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy the drive. Oh, relax after the drive. Okay, so. Yep, that was who it was. Lady Draconus. Draconus, I believe. Hey, Chris Mullen. Welcome to membership. Thank you for joining the channel. Let's see. Yep, I will pass it along. Yes, I currently have enough thread set up that I can probably warp up 12 separate braids before I start running out, depending on how long they are. All right. And so we're going to do green next again. Let me make sure I've got, okay, Thomas stage there. Stage one here real quick. Just like that's good. Alrighty. And looks like I got them all there. And I'm snagging. Doesn't look like it. Yep, there we go. And now one of them's kind of a little resistant, but not too bad. It's the one on the upper right. Let's see. At least it is turning. It's just got a little bit of resistance. Hopefully that'll improve as we go along. Go. All right, let's tie this one off here. I would like to be able to be up and braiding maybe by this weekend or Tuesday at the latest. I need to go through all the Danny streams and see how much time I actually spent on that. I had somebody asking me on Facebook if I do commissions or custom orders. And I said, because they wanted it for a costume. I said, yes, I do, but just be aware that depending on how long it is, it's going to be like $1,500 to $2,500, which I know is a bit of shocking cold water for some people, but it's the hours I put in on it. And while admittedly I'm not charging the other YouTubers that I'm making these for, it's essentially an advertising expense. And that's how I'm looking at it. And I don't really require them to do anything specific advertising-wise. It's nice if they do, but my plan is that even if they do nothing, I get my advertising by, streaming what I do. All right. And yep, it seemed to work pretty good. Good. And let's go ahead and get that through here. And move this over so you can see the tie off. And while I'm thinking about it, if you haven't done so already, please like the stream, share it with friends if you find it interesting. And if you haven't and you would like to, please subscribe. That will definitely help the channel here and do some support for helping get YouTube to realize that people do like what I do, and maybe share it to some more people. Because I'm sure if they started showing my stuff much wider than they do currently, the channel would grow quite quickly. And while my internal self-destructive, you're never going to succeed voice that tries to tell me that I'm not doing good enough, I'm not interesting enough, or whatever, I'm able to forcibly shout it down with the evidence from you wonderful folks that people do like what I do. And it's quite fun to do it, and it's quite fun to share it. All right. This might be tie off 5 instead of 4, but I'm not worried about that. There we go. All right, let's move this back here. And let's move that a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. Let's go ahead and roll this one up and try not to snag it on the corner. Dresser that I've running up against. All right. Double lark's head knot here. And oops. Don't throw it on the floor. I've been throwing enough stuff on the floor. Okay. It'll be a little bit longer to set this one up than some of the others because I will have 16 more tama on it than the last one. But looking at this, I definitely would have to say that I'm gonna. Whoops! I forgot this is an inner rail one, so I can. And I keep knocking stuff around. Let's see. Okay, no, not there. Okay, there we go. This goes on the lower rail. And okay. So, okay, they're still in the right positions. And this goes down here and then up under. And I just realized that this one, the yellow here, needs to be over the green because the green is the lower layer. All right. Let's just get that in the right spot here. Okay, so that's on the upper. And all right, so yep, that's under here. And it will be over the next green. And all right. I'm just gonna loosen this up a little bit so it doesn't snag. There we go. All right, so it should be to the point where it is this one's going to need a little bit of re-rolling. See, we've been going about an hour and a half. That's not too bad. Let me go. Do this lark's head, and there we go. Pass that on through there, and roll it up just a little bit more on this side. And then redo the lark's head. And then I will catch up with chat again. All right. And roll that one a bit more. Okay. Alrighty, so we got 1 yellow on the top, 2 green on the bottom, and center the first, over the second. There we go. Right, catching up on the chat here. Looks like I have not been. It's not been scrolling for me. Give me a second here. Okay. All right. Actually, there are magnets underneath each one there. So there's 6 magnets that you can't see. So I can just set it on top of it and it should stick and not fall away. Well, that's good to know. Though I suppose that you could technically say that lets you know you need to raise your prices a bit more. No worries. I'm okay with that. Thank you, Kathleen. That's very nice. Hey, Amica fan. Nice to see you on again. I am probably going to use a different storefront. I'm not sure if I'm going to use Shopify or something like that. There are a couple ones I've been considering, but I'm not really interested in Etsy at the moment. Not sure what I can tell you. At least according to this, it looks like my connection's good. Let me see. That's not giving me an alert, so I'm assuming the connection's good. Sorry to hear that it's having issues for you. Woohoo, glad it's working again. You have a good one, Equality. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you again for the wonderful gift of memberships. Yeah, I do have a plan for that. It's just I want to make sure I've got at least a reasonable amount of inventory to be able to do that. I'm actually considering, with what I just did for the warping frame here, making them for sale, probably about $200 or so. But I'm not sure how much there is of a market there. So when I get a chance, I'll probably make like maybe about machine out maybe 10 sets of the plastic parts, and then build a couple of the wood sections and put them together and make it available. The plan, my plan would be that for the ones I'd make for sale, they would be probably out of maple or maybe cherry, nice strong wood that's sanded up nice and clean, put a nice finish on it, and get the threaded inserts for the screws so it can be taken apart and put back together. All right. And let's try one more on the yellow. All right, so pre-stage a Tama real quick. I will have a decently long stream Thursday night, probably 2 to 3 hours. I'm not going to stay up too late Thursday because I am working an overtime shift on Friday. So I probably won't be able to have like a Friday stream, but I might be able to have a midday Saturday one in the garage or something like that for a member stream. We'll have to see how it goes. All right. And don't accidentally trap any under there. All right, so those are, get the ends reasonably. Just trim up the excess real quick. All right. And I'll wrap my finger around a couple times so it doesn't accidentally pull any out. And okay, it's pulling reasonably easy on this one. None of it's wrapping around the base of the cones, which seems to be the cause of when it snags up. A little bit of one there. Yeah, it's stuck. All right, let's see which one. So it's this one here. Okay, so that one's fine, but this one, no. One of these is. When I'm done with this, I'll have to come back and figure out which one is wrapped all around that one spool stand. All right, so let's see which one is still needs to go a bit more. All right, so okay, so it's this one here, and okay. All right, well, at least I got it out far enough. Let's tie it off here. And before I start the next one, I will try and fix the issue it's having where one of them's wrapping around its neighbor's spindle. Okay. And first knot. And second knot. 2 more. And I'll be able to walk it back. 3. And 4. There we go. This one's a little hanging out a little bit far for its starting spot. I want to make sure they're all mostly the same length. Don't catch on the close. All right, so since that one was so short relative to the others, I got to make sure to smooth it out a bit more than I had been. All right, and a little flag on here, and let's walk it back here, and let's go ahead and drop this back down through here. All right, so tension is even. Let's pull that back there enough so that I can. There we go, and okay. Bring it up through here. Yeah, I can just bring it up through here. That'll be fine. And looks like our D-ring is finally stable now. Let's see. Yep, you can see what I'm doing. All right. So, anybody on stream likely to be interested in one of the warping frames if I make them available for sale or for purchase? I could probably have a model ready to go within a week or two if I work on it. Let's see, there's one. And 2. I think I need to maybe move the some of the lights a little closer to this point here so it's easier to see. 3. One more, and we'll be ready to roll it up. And 4. There we go. All right, move that back there. And there we go. let's just put the lark's head on here. Oops. Okay, let's see. There we go. Now it's on. All right, so hanging from there is good enough. And all right, that's should be enough wrapped up on this end. In bright light, this is a really nice yellow. All right. Okay, so all right. Got these. Okay, so all right, so that's the right way there. Let me get these untwisted. There we go. And all right, so that is under the first. And oops. Okay, that's why it was off. It flipped around. Okay, so this is the way it's supposed to be. All right, so let me get this. All right, okay, so so if this is the way they're supposed to be, all right, so, okay, this works a little bit more like I was expecting. So that comes under there, and it goes over this one. All right, and just bring this up to where they're even with the rest of them. All right, so that is looking correct. And hopefully that's enough that it won't. Okay, I think it's finally stable now. All right, let me catch up on chat real quick and see if I've missed anything. All right. Catch up real quick here. Looks like I missed a fair amount. Okay, there we go. I think that's where I missed it. All right. Okay, got YouTube screwing up. All right. Thank you, Kathleen. That's very nice compliment there. And you do not deserve that, Gwen. You have been a stronger supporter of this channel than just about anybody. Hey, I'm Chang. Nice to see you on. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. That's a very nice compliment, Joy. Or Joe, not Joy. My it's not dyslexia, but my brain wants to substitute it as Joy Lo instead of Joe Loy. So then again, I just like seeing Joe or Joy. Sorry, Joy. Yeah, I can't even talk tonight, apparently. I shall be victorious. Okay. I am happy to share my sanity because I have found that when you share it with other people, it tends to grow on its own and expand as opposed to being taken away. All right, we've been at it for about an hour and 45 minutes. And given that I really do need some sleep, I'm going to go ahead and fix the issue with the cones here off screen. I'm going to check real quick, see if I missed anybody over on Rumble. Looks like we got a couple people watching there, but nobody chatting. No worries on that. And let's see. I believe I have the redirect set. I'm going to just double check, make sure that Rob's still running. So for those that would like to go there, you can. Please do not feel obligated. I'm doing that mainly because a lot of people here watch his stuff as well. But if you don't want to watch it because of what he's covering, that's more than reasonable. All right, let me double check here. All right, looks like he is still good. All right, so yeah, I don't see anybody else other than Aussie Overlord. So, all right, we look like we're still good there. And for those that haven't seen it, I will show Legal Vice's pattern again. We start with a ship's wheel for the maritime and maritime lawyer, a brandy snifter full of some nice high-end scotch, a cigar with a good head of ash on it, and the chaos symbol for his liking, role-playing games and the Eternal Champion series, and Godzilla, though that may have a revision or two before we get to the final point on that. And thank you. So I will go ahead and do I not have comments turned on? Let me check that real quick. Let's see. I got live chat replay, participant modes, anybody, reactions, live reactions, message delay. I do not have slow mode on. I thought I had. I don't think I've got anything that would keep comments from happening. I'm sorry. I will take a look in that and see if I can find anything that might be causing that issue. But I do receive comments on streams fairly regularly. Yep, that's one of the reasons why I want to get this out there as best I can so people can run across it. And if they like it, do what they can there. Right, let me try this then. Let's see. I'm going to bring this up here. And, it's weird. I wonder if it won't allow comments on. I have to think about that. Okay, it's not made for kids. Age restricted. No, don't restrict. Okay, show more. Audience. Video's not made for kids. I will have to look in and see what type of settings there are, because I don't see anything that allows me to turn that on or off at the moment, but I will research that. Thank you very much for letting me know, Joloi. I will. I'll have to see if there's a reason it's not available, or if it's just maybe it's something that they allow for larger streams or whatnot. So, all right. Well, I really should head out. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. It was good to see you on. I will definitely add a link to Danny's channel in the description here. Since she stopped on here. I should have done that earlier, but I was a bit tired. And hopefully Thursday, when I have another stream, I will be in much better mood, more awake, and we'll get much more done. So we got 8 on here, 8 Tama, and I have 92 left to go. So thank you very much, everybody. It's been a wonderful stream. It's good to see you all on here. And stay safe and happy braiding. And say hi to Rob for me, everybody.